Do you want to welcome everyone? I just waited till 8:30.
Is it 8:30?
Yeah.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, and more importantly,
Well, there's nobody actually here.
What?
But they might watch the recording.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us with this daily health habits kind of experience to get used to using our vitamins and minerals and fish oil, our supplementation to help our bodies do what they're supposed to do. And then obviously getting a small dose of using different oils to address immune support and brain health. And then obviously like restful sleep and calm emotions. So just a really interesting way. I'm interested to hear if anyone's able to join in, what their experiences were. And I have some things I'm happy to share. But yeah, we're just excited you were willing to join us for this.
Yeah, and if we have time, well, maybe not, but um, tonight and tomorrow we'll finish gathering everyone's names who participated for the giveaway also.
Yeah, we do have the clutches that are really nice. I ordered a couple of those, so I have one for myself, and it's just a really convenient way to use your oils and carry them along with you.
Okay. Yeah, so I really enjoyed the challenge because I think part of it is just the like being intentional with choosing to live like healthy and do things to support your body and your health. And sometimes it can kind of be a little overwhelming, or you kind of think like, oh, I'm pretty good at this, I'm pretty good at that, but when there's actually like steps you can follow, it kind of makes it a little easier to kind of do it all, and then maybe pick and choose like what things you're gonna stick with and commit to for a while, and then add in whatever seems like the next step or whatever. Okay, so one thing that I thought I would do first is just kind of talk about, I have a little PowerPoint that kind of talks about doTERRA's wellness lifestyle, which is really what their focus is of course essential oils, but then also it's really like a overall health and wellness lifestyle. So not just, using On Guard to fend off, a virus or something like that, but more living a whole lifestyle that helps you with those types of things. So let me share my screen. Okay, do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so this is doTERRA's wellness lifestyle pyramid, and as far as I know, they've had this from the beginning, at least whenever I started like years ago. And what I do like about it is that you can see at the bottom of the pyramid they have eat right, and then the exercise, rest, and reduce toxic load, and that's all lifestyle stuff. And then the healthcare is at the top, and hopefully if you're doing all the steps at the bottom, you don't have to utilize the two at the top as often. Well, I mean, I guess just the one at the top. Informed self-care, is part of, taking the initiative to take care of your health. But anyhow, so I do like that about them. It's not that, just essential oils are the answer to everything and you don't have to worry about anything else. They've always come at it as, giving your body what it needs in terms of reducing stress and giving it proper nourishment and nutrients that way. So anyhow, do you have anything to say about the pyramid or anything?
No.
Okay, so yeah, I want to share that because I don't know if we've ever really mentioned it too much in classes or anything. And then the kind of like the base, I feel like, of this one that I don't think that we've talked about as much as maybe we should, is the lifelong vitality and the supplements. So, and it is something that I actually overlooked for quite a while because I believed that they were the best essential oil company, but I figured they probably didn't know what they were doing in terms of vitamins. And I really like to look to different like nutritionists and functional medicine doctors that I respected for like more information in that way. And, a couple years in, when I finally did, like, I heard enough people talking about it and I looked at them, I was pretty impressed with the way that they source it from whole food. So it's not like anything synthetic. And the ingredients that they chose to include, and then putting those ingredients in like a therapeutic value. So not just saying like curcumin's popular right now, so let's sprinkle a little in so we can say it's in there, but really there's not enough of it to, make an impact. So, and then after trying them, I've been using them now for, I don't know, a long time, but you can notice a difference. And then of course the value, I feel like when you get them together, it's much more budget friendly than if you had to buy fish oil and a multi and then like a cellular blend. So, okay.
Yeah, and then one thing with the lifelong vitality that I would add is, for a while, I didn't really understand how the daily recommended percentages were figured out and everything. So you will see in some of doTERRA's minerals or vitamins or whatever, it might be at 300% of the daily recommended dose. But the important thing, it took me a while to figure out, but what that means, doTERRA puts in the amount that is going to give you a therapeutic value. So it's going to actually benefit your body. The daily recommended amount is not always what's going to actually give your body therapeutic value. So that's why it might be 300% versus the 100%, which you would think would be okay. But the people who, just the way that's figured out isn't necessarily what's going to benefit you. So that's why some of the percentages might be higher for, certain vitamins or minerals or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. And then I guess just one other thing that I thought was interesting, and it's not like personal experience or anything, is that, obviously they have people in China and Australia and, different countries who, utilize doTERRA and the lifelong vitality, and the multivitamins and the whole vitamin supplement system is formulated differently based on, different cultures and their need for different nutrients, which that was really interesting. Okay, and then I did have someone who started taking the supplements actually a couple months ago, and she sent me like that quote at the bottom there that she was kind of keeping a diary of everything that was going on, and she's had some good success with like head tension. When she gets them, it seems to be shorter, and she feels like she's just eating healthier and snacking less, which is an interesting one, because I have heard a couple of like nutritionists and things talk about that if your body actually has the vitamins and minerals that it needs, that it won't be craving as many. Like sometimes we're maybe craving a brownie or something, and really what you need is magnesium, or it's like something like that, where if your body had the magnesium, it might not be having that craving. So I don't know if that's anything to do with her thing here or not, but and then she just said energy levels, which I feel like is a really common one for people who start utilizing it. Okay. Anything else about that? No. Okay, and I was just going to talk real quick a little bit about it in case, I think I've maybe only had one class that kind of focused on the lifelong vitality, so I was just going to go through a little bit. It is one of the things that is clinically supported, like there is some research on it, where a lot of times when we talk about the essential oils, we're starting to get some research, but there's not as much. But these are all the benefits that have been noted with that in actual, research and things. So cellular longevity, and of course the cellular health is going to help with uh, living younger longer, which is kind of like the quote that goes along with it. DNA protection, immune support. So that goes back to, what we mentioned earlier, cardiovascular, bone and joint, digestive, a lot of different things, but you can read through that. And then I wasn't going to talk too much about anything here, except so I guess we could kind of talk real quick about why there's the three bottles and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Don't talk about any of them.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. So the important thing is, I guess, oftentimes we know to take a multivitamin. I feel like that's pretty common. Um, and it's great if you're getting one somewhere, but the important thing is making sure that it's whole food based and that it's bioavailable. So that means it's whole food based, your body's going to recognize it, but then bioavailable, meaning your body can actually, I guess, break it down and get it to where it needs to go so it can put it to use. Um, so nonetheless, that is what these three bottles will get you. They're all whole food based. The fish oil is molecularly filtered. You definitely want to be careful with fish oil where you get that. Um, so I don't think we're saying that this is the only good vitamin or quality vitamin out there. But like Stephanie mentioned earlier, with getting the three of them, the vitamins and minerals, the alpha CRS is going to really help promote energy levels. And then the fish oil is just so important because our American diet is so typically a standard one anyhow. They're just really out of whack with the omega-3s and the omega-6s. So the fish oil can help with that. And then when those omegas are out of balance, in terms of one is super high and one is low, that's where we can get a lot of inflammation and just different types of discomforts associated with that inflammation. And then fish oil, I just think is huge because it supports brain health, and I think sometimes as a society that's overlooked.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things on that. So, yeah, so I guess why don't we kind of like reviewed a little bit about it and we've talked about it a little more, but to keep it more as a, kind of like a recap and things, what did you notice taking it? Did you take it for 2 months then, like pretty consistent?
Yeah, I took mine. I take mine pretty consistently. I guess the biggest thing I ran out this month, and I must have given maybe like a few days to Travis or something. So this last week, I have only been taking like half a dose, and I will say like in the last few days, I never really believed that the vitamins and everything actually contribute to your mood. But I feel like I'm just shorter with Madison the last couple of days, and I can catch myself and think like, oh, I asked her to do something, and she maybe didn't listen the first time, but doesn't mean like I typically would not get mad having to ask her a second time, but I would catch myself like feeling like angry that she wasn't listening, and that's just not me. Like I pretty much don't yell at her very often. I have to, state consequences, but I very rarely am upset and display that in front of her, I guess. So I definitely the last couple of days with taking, half a dose of supplements. I don't know if that's so related or not, but I thought that was interesting.
Okay. Yeah, that is another one that I feel like I hear a lot is with like mood management and like stuff like that. So interesting. Yeah. Um, one of the things I guess that, one of the things I noticed is um, definitely energy, but not like a skyrocket in energy. But also, I don't typically get enough sleep. Like, that's just an area that I need to focus on. Um, so I feel like that is more steady throughout the day, I guess, whenever I am taking it. I feel like my nails grow a ton and are strong, but I did cut them because I just don't like it that way. Um, oh, and then actually, last month, I just, or see, so I took them April, like the whole month, and then May, um, mostly the whole entire month. I ran out of fish oil, and I think because I give it to the boys, they take the ones that you swallow also, and I must not have ordered an extra bottle. I typically bundle it, but I must not have done that. But yeah, I actually found that like PMS symptoms were reduced, but that's just 1 month. So um, of being more consistent, because I've taken the vitamins before, but I've definitely had days where it's like, oh, they were in the cupboard for 2 days, so you get them back out. And but these 2 months, I really tried to be consistent with them. So yeah, I'll have to, keep going and see what the next couple months are. I don't know if that's related or not. What else was I going to say about, let me see if there's anything about the vitamins. No, except that I think they said that the antioxidant level is greater than or equal to like 12 servings of fruits or and vegetables. So, we all need that. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to highlight. I don't think there's anything else in here. So I'll go ahead and close that. Okay, how about any of the other ones? So are you pretty consistent with putting the oil in your water?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I don't do it first thing in the morning. I just don't want that type of stuff. I don't know. I just want plain water in the morning. So I don't first thing in the morning, but like my next glass I will. I like just having like a boost of antioxidants without really having to do anything, special. So, and when Max, if he carried my glass over from the table the one day, he's like, "Oh, Mom, your water smells good." So, and then, okay, so then there was also the Terrazyme, which I don't typically take these because I don't really feel like I have digestive anything that needs like help. But the one day that I took Gavin to a birthday party, and then I came home and I was, hungry, and I didn't have anything prepared. So I made a grilled cheese sandwich, which is not like the best thing for, my stomach. But and it was feeling really uncomfortable. And I took 2 of these and a drop of the Digest Zen, and that really helped a ton. So yeah, if you do have more digestive issues, I feel like that would be a good one to use a little more consistently and see how it goes for you. Okay, and then the PB Assist, which we all know we need probiotics. So, and I like that it doesn't have to be refrigerated because of the way it's encapsulated. So that was nice. How about any of the oils then? Did you find yourself using any more or?
Yeah, I think my favorite things, I did the frankincense on the roof of the mouth, and it's a weird flavors, definitely to start with because it's a tree. But I actually kind of like it, but I also try to take at least a few minutes in the morning to like read my Bible or say my prayers and just kind of like get my mind around it. And I know that they say frankincense is really good for that, for like meditation and like grounding and connecting to, whatever it is you're trying to connect to. But yeah, like I don't know if anyone did the frankincense on the roof of the mouth, but I almost feel like I don't know, it's almost like just a cool experience and you get used to it and you actually want to keep doing it. So I'd be interested to hear if anyone else did that consistently and what their thoughts were on that.
Okay. Yeah, and that's one that I started doing and I just kind of, I don't know, forgot about it. So I'll have to start doing that a little bit more. Because I do typically wake up and do like some type of stretching or meditation or like whatever. Okay. One that I liked and I've talked about before is the balance. And I like having it in the morning routine just because it's nice sometimes to have like a guide to go to, and then sometimes when you're confused and you don't know what to do, you just don't do anything, so I it's just a reminder of how much I like it. I still like using it with the kids. Even today, they were playing, a video game and getting frustrated, and so I just, kind of put it on them, and I love the smell of it. So, and I even noticed myself diffusing it more just after like having it in the morning and stuff. So I like that one. And the deep blue, of course, everyone loves that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Matt enjoys that one too. And there's one, oh, the On Guard, which I don't really do every day, like now that it's spring anyways. But I was talking to our aunt, and she was saying that this is the first winter that she hasn't had like really any major sickness, or especially like a bronchial, like cough and type stuff like that. And so she loves it. She said she uses it every day, I think, on her feet. And then sometimes she even adds a drop to like her tea or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was definitely fun to do something where you kind of can track it a little bit more and kind of see what kind of benefits you have and stuff like that. But I know some people just started it too this month, like mid-month, so we'll have to check in with them and see. Oh, I know one thing. With taking the supplements, it is a lot of, what is it?
I think it's 12.
It's 12 pills total, 6 twice a day. And one thing I do like with it, I know that some people, can find that to be a little bit too much and not wanting to do it. But one thing is, I find that it's easy for me to drink more water.
Oh.
You know how you're supposed to so I'm drinking like more water, just because you're taking your supplements. But also what was interesting is when I met with my aunt, our aunt, she was showing me all the pills that she takes, and she's I don't know if she's quite 60 yet, but she's pretty close to that. And when I took her kit and I was explaining how to use it and everything, she was showing me all the supplements she takes. So they're not pharmaceutical pills for anything, but all the different things that she kind of kept up on. And I thought, and she wasn't complaining at all when I showed her, like it's 2 of each of these and then twice a day. She said, oh, that's fine. I usually take it was like 20 supplements or something a day. And I thought, what an interesting perspective that she has, that it wasn't an inconvenience for her. She could see it as a way of taking care of her health, and that was no problem, as opposed to, not caring, not putting any effort into it because it's too inconvenient. And then down the road, complaining because, something isn't working right because, maybe you just could have put in a little more effort to, supply the body with a little more of like what it needs or whatever. So I thought it was, a neat way to look at it. And then actually a lot of her stuff, because I think she was taking curcumin and CoQ10, like a lot, and milk thistle, but a lot of it was already in the alpha CRS and the VMZ and stuff like that. So yeah, okay. Anything else?
No, I think the one thing the only other thing is, I know diffusing at night is sometimes, like a difficult thing just because you're tired, you're ready for bed. But I was trying to think, like, I just love so much having the diffuser running at night, and, it just makes such a difference. And I was trying to think, does it really matter? Does it not? And it just kind of crossed my mind, like, a massage is like a wonderful thing, it feels great, and you can go get a massage anywhere. But if you go get a massage and the lights are dim and they have salt lamps, or they have a diffuser or a unique smell that's not like a candle, that's like synthetic, like it creates an atmosphere which helps create a mood, which there's no denying that the difference of a spa or whatever it is, the atmosphere does promote you know, more relaxation, more rest, able to enjoy the massage. That's just an example, obviously. But yeah, sometimes I'm lazy with my diffuser at night, but I got thinking about it and thought that's probably the easiest thing to really help yourself um, find that, you know, sleep that's restful and more enjoyable.
Yeah, yeah, I do feel like that's another one that I'm usually so tired and it's so late that I just jump in bed. But I always do it for the kids. I always have, their
Yeah, yeah, do it for the kids, but yeah.
yeah. Okay.
All
All right.
right.
Well, we'll get all the names gathered up and then we'll see who wins the clutch and the oils. So, okay. Have a good night.
Bye.